Hello, intuitive friends, and welcome back to the channel. Whether you are new to the channel or visiting, or if you are a current subscriber, welcome. My name is Alexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonials, or my credentials, just take a look down below in the description box or take a look in the chat as my information is there. Now, if you watch this reading, which I am doing on live stream, if you watch this after the live stream and you want to take part in these readings, now this one is not free. This one is uh, a super live, but I do the same type of messages for free on my channel as well. So if you want to take part in any of this, then feel free to turn on your notification bell and all notification alerts. But of course, you need to be subscribed to the channel in order to get those notified alerts and notifications. Okay, that being said, welcome. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. And of course, this is not a free reading, but if you are interested in taking part in this super live, well, feel free to stop by. Hello, Rose Quartz. How are you, my dear? Welcome. Let's make sure here you guys can hear me. Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Excellent. I'm doing well. I had to take a little bit of a vacation. Not vacation, but I had to take a couple days rest because my voice was very much getting hoarser as time went by. So I needed to take a little bit of a break. But thank you so much for asking how I'm doing. And today I am doing a super live. Okay. So I am focusing on the following. All right. We have a super coming in. Monica. Hello, Monica. Welcome back, my dear. Thank you so much. We're going to start with your reading first, Monica. And just give me a moment to kind of review all the important things that we need to focus on here. For those of you who are joining and are watching, welcome. My name is Alexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonial, or my credentials, just look down below in the description box. All the information is there. Take a look at the chat as well. Now, for those of you who are watching now, you're going to be able to see the chat. No need to take away or retract any messages, because once this replays on the channel, the live chat is not going to be there. So, it's giving kind of an added layer of anonymity here, okay, in the channel in regards to these readings, okay? So no worries. Please do not use anyone's full name. Just either give me their initial or their first name. That's fine. That's more than enough, okay? So this is not a free reading. It's $10 supers only. You need to pick one of the following. What does fill in the blank, whomever it is, feel about you right now at this moment in time? Or what does fill in the blank, whoever that may be, think about you right now at this moment in time? Please know that these messages are for entertainment purposes only. 5 important guidelines that I want to review before I jump into Monica's reading, and that is: number 1, please read the legal disclaimer. Number 2, this is a 7-minute reading, okay? And I will call you in the order that you've appeared in the supers list, okay? Number 3, if you're not present on the chat when your name is called, you will be skipped, and I'll place you back to the end. I will still do your reading because this is a super chat. So even if you're not here, as long as I have your super there, I will give you the reading. You'll just need to come back and listen to it, when you have the time and when you come right back. Number 4, please know that tarot serves as guidance, not fixed predictions. Your free will and choices ultimately shape your journey. There are no refunds. And by the way, I spelled refunds wrong. I spelled it with two N's, but whatever. There are no refunds. And what you choose to do with the insight given for entertainment purposes only is always within your power, your responsibility, and your free will. That being said, let's review the legal disclaimer. And the legal disclaimer is as follows: readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please remember that readings should never, never, ever, ever replace professional licensed medical, financial, therapeutic, or legal advice, or professional licensed medical, financial, therapeutic, legal help. My readings are for entertainment use only and are not replacements for getting licensed professional medical, financial, therapeutic, or legal advice. Okay, please remember to read the guidelines and read the legal disclaimer. This is not a free reading, it is a $10 super. Okay, so the $10 super could be in any way that you'd like. You can do a super chat, you can do a super thanks, or you could do a super sticker. It's up to you. All right, I'll leave that up to you. All right, but you just need to pick one. Okay, what does blank feel about me right now at this moment in time, or what does blank think about me right now? And please remember, these messages are for entertainment purposes only. All right, hello Monica, welcome back. Thank you so much, Monica, for your beautiful super. No worries, like, listen, no judgment here. Whatever you want to know, I am more than happy to take a little peek in the inside. So Monica, your question, let me give you a heart here on that and a like, um, is focusing on what does R think of me? He's long gone, X. We are in no contact for years. All right, let's see what R's thoughts may be of you right now at this moment in time. All right, so let's take a look here. What does R think about Monica right now at this moment in time? What are those thoughts that, and listen, that happens. Sometimes we're not thinking. I mean, literally, it just happened to me a little while ago. I was on the train platform and someone crossed my mind. And it was because something, had bought. There was a memory there that was bought specifically connected to that person. And I thought about that person and I was like, hey, listen, um so I reached out to that person, was like, oh, you know what, blah, 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 blah. But these things happen. Sometimes we're not thinking about an ex, and they're just things in life, coincidences that bring and resurface people back to our current thoughts. So let's see what's going on here, Monica. Okay, what does R think about Monica right now at this moment in time? I'm being told to shuffle here, shuffle a lot. So okay, let's hit it. Let's see what's coming through. What does R think about Monica right now at this moment in time? So sometimes those memories surface or resurface when we least expect it. All right. What does R think about Monica right now at this moment in time? Let's see what's coming through for you, Monica. And it says, fools gamble. Beware the deceit of tricksters, as risky paths can lead to downfall. Inner compass. Trust your instincts to lead you in the right direction. Okay. So this is coming across as there may have been here. Now, I know we're focusing on R's thoughts about you, but I'm also getting a little bit of information here. And of course, please feel free to give validation confirmation after I channel this. But I'm getting here that there may have been some type of lack of transparency here. This could have been on R's side or R's end or on your end. Okay, either way. But I feel here that R thinks about that situation, circumstance, event, that breakup, separation, or what have you, where there was either something that lacked transparency either on their end or on your end. Okay, because there's There was a sense here of, a deceit of tricksters or risky paths that can lead to downfall. So there may have been something happening behind the scenes, maybe something that you found out, maybe something that later came to your attention, maybe some type of revelation, whether on your end, on their end, but something came out or something was known, something was a bit hidden, and there was some sense of revelation here coming through that may have caused here a breakup, separation, or divorce. However, this may fall, how resonate, I should say. There's something about someone's intuition here playing a very big role in whatever this breakup, separation, or divorce was. And although I'm getting like someone may have said something, I don't know, it could go either way. So I'm just channeling. It could have been their end or your end, but there was some type of instincts here. Someone's gut level intuition was like firing, like ding, 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 pay attention. And those instincts or those instinctual nudges led to the revelation of something here that may have been hidden, or there was a lack of transparency here about something. Now, this lack of transparency could be someone's emotions, someone's thoughts, maybe someone's behavior, maybe something that they were doing, someone's actions, okay, or something happening behind the scenes, or that needed more clarity. But that's what's coming through here. And I feel that R still thinks or has the sense of recollection about how this went down, how the breakup went down, how the separation may have gone its separate ways. Okay, if it wasn't deceit, if it wasn't this lack of transparency, there was definitely something here that was at risk or that played a very high stakes. So this may have been a very high stakes type of connection. What do I mean by that? There was maybe a lot of emotions, expectations, or feelings here involved in this past connection, okay, or with this ex. There may have been emotions, feelings, or thoughts, again, that were not truly revealed or not truly expressed here in some way, shape, or form, because that's what I'm getting here. Okay, of course, this is only the beginning of this reading. As you know, I like to go a little deeper. And, for those of you that are watching, I know I wrote 7 minutes. This is supposed to be a 7-minute reading, but, sometimes I go extra. So, which is why I charge $10 USD in regards to the readings that I do here for you guys. Okay, for the supers. All right. All right, let's find out here what else. What does R think about you right now at this moment in time? I do feel that something connected to what I just channeled comes even after. I mean, it doesn't matter if this was long ago. Like I just said, I just took the train a little while ago, and my memory was jogged with an ex from long ago, which was quite. I wasn't expecting it, but it does happen, and sometimes, that may happen to this person. And when, this, person R least expects it, there may be some types of residual memories connected to this connection with you, Monica. Okay. So let's take a look here at what else is coming through in regards to R's thoughts. In regards to you, Monica, let's see what's coming through. All right, let's get more details here. It says uplifts your spirit, easy to do, light work. All right. So Monica, regardless of how, and please feel free to give us, to give a validation confirmation. As I said, the messages in the chat are not going to be read later on or anything, because I made sure that I took that out of the reading here. So feel free to give validation confirmation. But yeah, there's something about this connection here, regardless of how long ago it may have happened, and no matter what may have transpired here in regards to the breakup. Because this is coming across as there there's something about this connection that does uplift this person. It does uplift their spirits, or this, it creates some type of like, oh wow, I wonder how Monica's doing now. Okay. And it goes winging it, nest egg, something to crow about. Okay, so I do feel that there is a sense of curiosity with this person, no matter how long ago this connection may have been. I do feel that this person does think about you, and not only do I feel that they think about you, but there's a sense here of feeling, a sense of like fond memories. There's something here about wondering, I wonder what Monica's up to now. I do feel that this person, there's something about you that I don't know if it was just I don't know. Like, again, I don't know, but I'm just going to share what's coming through. I don't know if there were conversations here about you moving ahead, or the things that you wanted in life or in career, or if maybe, you were at a certain point in your career or in your job or things like that when you met this person, or where there was this connection here. But there's something about this person feeling like you have a lot, or thinking in their mind like you have a really good road ahead of you. They feel, or they think that, you know that you will excel. Okay, there's something here about abundance and prosperity, of you kind of like making it in life. um and they do think about that in regards to you, even now at this moment in time. So their thoughts, like it says, yes, yes, their thoughts are very much aligned to, I wonder what Monica is doing. And, I wonder if Monica excelled on the things that, Monica was thinking about, or dreaming about, or talking about when we were together. Has Monica settled down? Has Monica had children? Things like that, in regards to you. So I'm getting that type of energy. You know what? It's funny because I'm hearing name. There's something about like when this person hears your name, they link their name to their thought of you. So there's that going on here. Now, I'm not sure. I feel that is on their end, but this may also happen with you in regards to this R person, because I'm being shown that there's something about the name that when they hear the name, or when you hear the name. So again, this could be either way. But let's see what else is coming through here, Monica, in regards to R. What's coming through here? What else? What other thoughts? Give me more clarity here in regards to R's thoughts about Monica at this moment in time. The Phoenix, new phase, rekindle. See, I told you. Renew, transformation, growth, change mind. Yeah, you see exactly what I was telling you. Validation, confirmation. I said that I was getting like this person is wondering where you are now, what you're doing. Did you accomplish those things that you were able to accomplish, that you wanted to accomplish? Are you at a better, stance, or a better, career path, whatever? But there's something here about progress. And, maybe this breakup, separation in the past or recent past, maybe it left you very heartbroken, or it left you in a position, or it left this person in a position, because I don't know who may have walked away from this connection. But whatever it is, there's a sense of wondering, I wonder how you are doing after the breakup. And like I said, and I said this before I even shuffled this deck, that's what I was getting. It's this kind of like, how are you now? What are you doing now? What's going on with your life? Do you have children? Did you get married? Are you in a connection? And it's just that kind of like curiosity. So just like you may have curious thoughts about this person, I feel this person has curiosity with you as well. So it's this kind of like, mutual type of you pop up in this person's mind, and this person may actually pop up in your mind as well. So they have here the Phoenix. And yeah, I mean, everything I'm saying is pretty much coming out. Validation, confirmation. As I said, I don't know who may have broken up here, but even after the breakup, there is, look, they have here the axe breakup. Even after the breakup, they still think about you. That's exactly what I just channeled a little while ago. Like I said, this I literally happened to me on my way home today, where even though I wasn't thinking about that specific person, they did come up in my mind. So again, there's this sense here of, yeah, so even after the breakup with the axe, even after the separation, the breakup, it doesn't mean that the person no longer thinks of you. I feel, like I said, validation, confirmation, you run through this person's mind. There is a sense of curiosity here about where you are in life, and the growth that you may have had, and the new phases that you may have encountered, or how you may have changed, or did your ideals change, did your, you know what I mean, how you've grown. And that is what this person does think. When you do pop up into this person's mind, that is what's coming through here. Okay. So, wow, talk about validation, confirmation about that. They do think about the fact that there is a no contact here, because the axe is also pointing in the direction of not only the breakup and separation, but it's also about the fact that there hasn't been communication throughout this time. And where is it? There it goes. It's a silent treatment, you see? So there you go. I mean, this is giving validation, confirmation that there hasn't been any type of real communication, but it doesn't stop this person from thinking about you, you know? Let's see what else is coming through here in regards to R. What else does R think about Monica right now at this moment in time? Give me more clarity. Yeah, go ahead and make a romantic. Yeah, listen, R thinks about the romantic moments shared in the memories. And sometimes we feel that when we have a breakup, separation, or divorce, like everything is always like the memories that reside in our mind is only about that specific moment in time where that breakup was. And it's not always that the case. There are times that even if there was a very harsh breakup, separation, or divorce, no matter which way this may have gone, there are times that this person thinks about how love was expressed here, whether it was the love language, whether it was the loving memories. And like I said, there's something here very specific about maybe a specific memory here that's very much connected to whether it was funny, whether it was a very romantic one, whether it was, and it's coming across that you could have done something very memorable or something very special, that this person still remembers even today, even after all these years. Whether it was that you did for them or that R did for you. But there's something very special and memorable about a specific memory here, where either romance was expressed in a very specific love language. And I feel that only you would know what that may mean, but it's coming through here because express your love is coming across as whether you had a very distinct way of showing your love language to R, or whether R had a very particular love language shown to you. There's something here about that being something that they still think about, and it uplifts them. It could have been something also said, because I said lips. Lips are all about communication. Maybe it was kissing. I don't know, but something's coming through here in regards to that. So want to share that with you. Let's see what else comes through your mind, comes through ours mind, and look at that. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. There's this may have had its moments within the connection here, whether it was a serious relationship or whether this was a just a casual connection. There was something here of being able to have, whether, remember that lips came through a little while ago, whether it was communication here, advice, talks, but this is talking about friends. It's talking about the bond. It's talking about that this person remembers the moments that whether they helped you or you helped them. There's this sense here of a vulnerability that was shared in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, holiday. I don't know if that may be very much connected here, but there's something here about enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. And maybe there was a specific memory here that was connected to either a holiday, celebration, maybe the way, again, like that could be very much connected here to the express love here, where something very special was done. And I feel this person still thinks about that, whether R did it for you or you did it for R. There was like there's a touching memory here coming through that R thinks about in connection to this past connection. Let's see what else is coming through. For those of you who are joining, welcome. Please note that this is not a free reading. If you are interested in getting a reading today, it is a super reading, meaning $10 super thanks, or $10 super sticker, or a $10 super chat, and you just have to pick one of the following. What does fill in the blank, whoever the person is, feel about you right now? Or what does fill in the blank person think about you? So it's either think or feel. You pick one and then I'll give you a rating. Please make sure that the $10 super thanks is in USD currency, because I know some of you watch me from abroad. Okay. That being said, freedom, codependency, memories, and regret. So a lot has come through here in regards to this person. Remember that I just talked about travel in regards to this holiday, right? So again, it could be a holiday celebration, or here in the United States, we don't call it holiday, we call it vacation. But I know there are places outside of the United States that call vacation holiday. And so that came through right now. So there's something here, and it's funny because I talked about lips. Lips came through. And look, I wrote here communication and travel connected to this freedom. So this freedom is maybe the freedom of being able to communicate something. So they think about, or they have memories about the conversations. There may have been a little bit of a runner chaser dynamic here, or it's funny, there was just a bird that flew by my window. Okay. So there could have been something here very much connected to the connection, or things that they may think about. Maybe it's very much connected to, again, like I said, the breakup, separation, or divorce, or a runner chaser dynamic. Or like I said, it could be something having to do with the first card that came out in the reading, in regards to R, which is beware the deceit of tricksters, as risky paths can lead to downfall. So again, it could have been very much to the breakup, separation, or divorce, dealing with this codependency energy. Okay. Like I said this before, but I'm happy that it came out again. There's a lot, there's specific memories this person still has and still thinks of you. There may be here an element of regret. Okay. So as they think of you, Monica, as R thinks of you, there could very well be something, like I said at the top of the reading, something connected to this fool's gamble, where again is connected to beware the deceit of tricksters or risky paths that can lead to a downfall. Okay. And whomever's instincts or intuition was guiding them, they were right. And there is a level of regret that R may have now in retrospect. Okay, in hindsight 2020. Sometimes when we are in the thick of a relationship, emotions just run very high. And that may, in a way, draw us to make certain decisions based on emotion rather than rationale, or sometimes emotions, sometimes there are some patterns, okay, or old patterns of behavior that need to be, that people need to outgrow or learn from. And maybe this person wasn't at that, whether it's them or you, whomever, but there is an element here of regret. Maybe something that they wish they would have said, or they wish they would have done differently. But that does come through in regards to this person's mind. Let's see what else this is coming through here for this person. What else? Give me more details here in regards. And listen, even with the memories, like I said, there's some type of nostalgia. I don't know if you could see it. Okay, there we go. Nostalgia. There was a history here. They think about it. Again, it may not be an everyday thing. I don't feel like it's a constant thing, but there's definitely curiosity here about you, about where you are in life now, how things have evolved for you. Okay, Three of Pentacles with the Page of Swords. Interesting, because there's nothing here on reverse, but the Page of Swords is reversed, which is very interesting. None of the cards here that I have are reversed. See, everything is in its right position. So that definitely is a validation confirmation here coming through in regards to something. So let's begin with the Three of Pentacles. So there may have been a very good, I don't know if you guys worked well together, but it's coming across, because remember, the Three of Pentacles is about shared or common goals. Okay, so that could be very much connected here. The Three of Pentacles is very much about friendship. It's about being able to work cohesively as a team, or have the type of rapport where two people can build together. Even if there are differences, there may be some similarities here. I don't know if you guys may have worked together, or may have had similar career paths. But the Three of Pentacles is about the joint forces. So there is some commonality here that this person R does think about you when it comes to you. Now, the Page of Swords is in reverse. So it's telling me here that there were some old patterns of behavior or a mindset here that was very restrictive. And that may be the reason why this person thinks about the regret. They regret something. They regret whatever this may be. And it's because there was something about being very resistant in doing something in a new way, or in communicating effectively, or being honest about something, or having the transparency here in regards to something, because that swords is very much connected to communication, and is very much connected to the honesty of communication. So I feel that the fact that this Page of Swords has come out in reverse, there's a reason for it. And again, and I've been saying this from the top of the reading, and hopefully, at the end of the reading, you can give some type of validation confirmation. But it keeps coming across that is very much connected to this fool's gamble. Okay. This connection here is the way that I'm picking this energy up in regards to this Page of Swords. So, maybe there was a very big issue here, the lack of freedom in being able to communicate effectively due to some type of codependent or old patterns here or perspectives here on something. Okay, so I do feel that sense of resistance there. Okay, Monica, I'm just gonna add one more because I'm curious. Obviously, I'm done with your reading, but I want to add something else here. I want to add these tea leaf cards, which I love, and I really want to work with them here in regards to this. So I'm taking only 2 cards out to give more, you know, more information here to see what else comes through. But yeah, Monica, I hope these messages have been insightful. I hope they've given you some type of clarity here. And please feel free to let me know if there's anything here that was validation confirmation in regards to this reading here. Give me more clarity. Ooh, look at that. So we have chair, empty, and we have club. Okay, so those 2 cards came out. This is empty chair. This is chair, but the chair is empty. And this is pointing to someone left someone's life. So it feels, I don't know if it's they chose to leave or depart from this connection, or you chose to leave or depart from this connection. But I feel that there is a sense of regret in regards to that. And I mentioned that earlier in the reading, and I'm happy to see that there is a validation confirmation in regards to that. Club says someone will try to make you do something against your will. So there may have been a little bit here of someone needing clarity of something in regards to communication, and there may have been an instance here within the connection where, like I said at the top of the reading, Monica, there may have been someone's intuition may have been very much on point, saying, hey, listen, I'm getting this kind of like gut level feeling. What is this about? And someone may be being very resistant in not sharing that. Okay, so that's one pile here. All right, so there was definitely someone leaving someone's life here. All right, last but not least, let's do this last deck, and then of course I'll be done with your reading. But something just flipped over. Carriage. It says a journey, either physical or mental. Okay, so there's something here about like far from the distance, like travel, relocation. I don't know if someone relocated. But I do feel that this person, there's something here. There's something about this person's nature, or I'm getting old pattern, like very similar to like the devil in tarot. They regret whatever it is that they may have done, said, or not done or not said. Like as they look at things from a different angle now after all has been said and done. But yeah, so there's this kind of like, wow, But yeah, Monica, I hope these messages have been insightful. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and continue to subscribe. But yeah, there you go. All right, Monica, I'm going to read what you may or may not have left as validation confirmation in the chat. As I want to remind you that anything that is written there is not going to be seen later. So I'm going to read that quietly to myself, and then we'll point out the things that came out that seemed like it was validation confirmation. So, it was there you go. This is the volatility here. This is what I was picking up. He left abruptly. There you go. That's the empty chair. There you go. So he left. Yeah. And I didn't say anything nor contacted him. And okay. He came. Hold on one second. Let's see. Country. That's why this keeps coming out. That's why I'm like, why am I getting so much about travel? So there's holiday, or travel, and then there's another one. I forgot where the other one is, but yeah. Yeah, you're more than welcome to have another reading, of course, Monica, no worries. But I want to see what's coming through here. He had to go to another country. There you go. Bingo. I told you it came out as like there's something about from abroad. Yeah, wow. Wow. So yeah, I see. Wow. Okay. I'm happy to see that there was a lot of validation confirmation. Wow. Yeah. So there you go. That came out very clearly here for you. Thank you so much, Monica, for sharing the validation confirmation after I gave you the reading. So, yeah, a lot of the things you wrote there are very much coinciding with what came out in this reading for you. So, yes, thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, of course, Monica, if you are interested in getting more information here about another connection, feel free to pick either thoughts or feelings. Just make sure that you write that either in the super, I think it's in the super chat, you'll be able to write that in. But yeah, just give me the initial or the first name of the person, and then we'll jump into that reading, and then let me know if it's feeling or thoughts. Okay, so once I receive your super, I'll begin your reading. For those of you who are watching, welcome. My name is Alexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. And if you are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonial, or my credentials, just feel free to take a look at the information down below in the description box. And you will see all my information as well as my credentials. And yes, I do have credentials, so feel free to take a look at that. For those of you who are new, for those of you who are returning subscribers, welcome back. Guess what? Our channel made the 5-year mark yesterday. So I did post a thank you to all of you who have subscribed to the channel and have given me the support and throughout these 5 years. So thank you so much for your love, your loyalty, your support. And if you want to take a look at that, just take a look at the post. Make sure that the community post you have clicked on newest. Okay, so you could get the newest and latest updates in regards to the messages and the posts that I do share there for all of you. That being said, for those of you who are interested in getting a reading with me today, feel free to do so. Just remember, it is a $10 USD currency, focusing on either one of the following. It's either about what someone else's feelings or someone else's thoughts about you. That could be anyone. It doesn't have to be in love, but I am focusing more about love. So it could be an ex, it could be someone current, it could be someone that you are seeing right now. However you want to go about that, feel free to let me know in the chat. That being said, I just finished one reading here, and I'm going to jump into another one. And let's see what's coming through here. And first, let me read the chat, the super. All right. Thank you so much, Monica. Let's take a look at the super here. And what is Oh, so okay. All right. So let's see. I read it already. Okay. Okay. So this I'll share aloud. Monica wrote, "Thank you for your amazing. Hold on one second. Your amazing readings. It helps me with more clarity and healing." Oh, thank you so much, Monica. I'm sending some beautiful hearts your way there. Thank you so much for that validation confirmation, especially for those of you who may be new to my channel, and may not have ever gotten a reading. Now, guess what? I do free readings on my channel. I do more free readings than I do readings to charge. So I just recently got the supers. So this is just like literally something brand new on my channel. But if you're interested in joining the free ones, which by the way I'll do later, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell and all notification alerts, because later I'm coming back and I'm going to be focusing on what your guides want you to know. Now that reading is going to be free, okay? But if you feel like giving super, or any whatever you want, that's fine. But yeah, so if you want to join later for the free readings, then subscribe now, turn on your notification bell and all alerts, so when I come on later on today, you can jump on that free list, because I'm going to tell you it fills up very quickly. All right, that being said, Monica, let's take a look here at what is thinking about what is F thinking about you at this moment in time. Okay, let's take a look here. All right. All right, let's see. What is F thinking about Monica right now at this moment in time? And we have flickering passion. Feelings come and go, or the chemistry is not there. So this could go either way. So there are times there, F has flickering passion. We're going to talk about that. And they have dance of souls. Be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. Okay, there we go. Listen, there's still feelings for you here, even if this is like something that's dead, done, and over with. Okay. So they have flickering passion. There's obviously some type of connection here, emotionally with you. Even if you may not see this person in that way anymore, there's definitely something that connects both souls together. Okay. In some way, shape, or form. Okay. And it may not be all the time. They may be in a connection, they may have another situation going on, and that's fine. But this is, giving a little bit of a glimpse here of that, even though this person may have sorry, I'm trying to fix this here so it looks straight. Even if they have another connection here, Monica, there are times that you surface or resurface in this person's thoughts. um and you know it's coming across as very positive. It's not coming off as negative. It's coming off as very positive. Be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. So yeah, there's a sense of fondness here. There's a sense of like, there's a special place in F's heart for you, even if it's not romantic, even if this person has moved on. There is the tenderness there. And I am picking that up here within this connection. No matter how this may have ended, there is still a little bit of fondness or admiration or connection here. Okay. Maybe there are children involved. Maybe there's, more things going on here. And maybe that may be the case. So even if this person, like I said, has moved on, there's definitely here some type of a special place in their heart for you, regardless of how this may have ended in the past or recent past. Okay. It may not be always, it may not be all the time, but there is a fondness here. There's a, it's coming across as milestone, very special, significant milestones that the connection may have had here, in the past or recent past, where yes, there may have been moments where it was very, difficult emotionally. So it's coming across. I mean, moments where the chemistry wasn't there because of an argument or something. But there are feelings. So again, even if the chemistry is not there, meaning the chemistry of like passion and all that, even if that is not there, even if they don't see you through a romantic lens, there are definitely tender emotions connected here to you, and that does reside in their heart. So again, there is this, the dance of the souls. There is definitely here, a very, very much of a connection, of a soulful connection, kind of like, like unconditional love. Ooh, look at that. That just popped up on it. So I'm telling you, this is all positive emotions, and look what came through. I mean, not just some like positive thoughts. It says, yes, getting satisfaction, good times, happy endings. I told you. That's exactly how this is coming through. It's coming through as this person is like, yeah, you know what? We may have had our bitter battles. Lemon is here. We may have had our bitter battles. We may have had our, arguments, disagreements. We may have had a breakup, separation, or divorce. But once the dust has settled here, there's a fondness that still comes through. And they think about that. They think about the good times, or they think about the good, I don't know how I'm getting results. So maybe there was, maybe there are children involved. Maybe there was something in the connection where they learned to grow up. Okay, maybe there was like really big milestones that may have happened in this connection, and although there may not be a connection now, they realize that, what, they grew up in some areas here that, they needed to grow up in, or they needed to outgrow. Okay, so even if there were, like I said, bitter moments, they were bitter sweet. Okay, because there was something that came out of this connection that was, very pleasant for them. And I don't know what that may be. And of course, as I always tell you, I'll take a look later in the comment, in the chat, but that's what's coming through. So there's a high regard. This person has the sense of a high regard for you, and everything's coming out quite pleasant right now. So they this person here, has, like I said, bittersweet memories. And they do think about you. Okay, this person, if you see here, this, wow, she looks so beautiful. Look at her. And she has this gorgeous eyeshadow, but her eyes are closed. And so when this person takes an honest look at their life, they take an honest look at the connection and bonding that was had here, they realize that, there were bittersweet memories, but there were also good ones, and maybe, good ones that they still treasure. So there you go. Let's see what else is coming through. What does think about Monica right now at this moment in time? So I just hummed the letter. Okay, there may have been some, blockages in the past or recent past. Okay, there may have been a little bit of, addiction could come up in different ways. It doesn't have to be like physically addicted to something, But it could be like I said, an old pattern of behavior, something that they needed to learn about themselves, something about a lesson here that they needed to really take a good look at and outgrow. There were, there may have been some growing pains. Maybe this was at a time where they were younger, or you were younger, or however this may be. But there's this sense here of there was a little bit of resistance here. Like I said, I'm getting and I said it before, but I'll point it out again. Lemon, bitter. There were moments that were difficult. There were moments that were, bitter, but there were also moments that they were sweet, because this is a card that's very much about good times and happy endings. So the bittersweet battle here. Yeah, and they think about that. There may have been, like I said, and I said this before I even shuffled this card, there may have been some growing pains here. There may have been some kind of um growing pains for you, growing pains for them, an awareness here. Because I'm getting younger. So I don't know how far back this connection was, but I'm getting I'm a different person now than I was before. Okay, because I'm getting something here about age. So there may have been, and that's why I keep saying growing pains. There are things here that, that this person needed to grow, and lessons they needed to learn, and so did you. And so there is this sense of thinking about that. You see what I'm saying? Look, see, this is dead, done, and over with, right? I said it before. I said there's no chemistry as far as romance, but there's deep sense of, and I said that before. I'll bring it here for those of you who are just joining in. See, chemistry is not there. See that? The chemistry isn't there, but the bond is there. There's a temporal bond here, affection, admiration. And although the relationship is dead, done, and over with, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was a divorce here. Obviously, there was a breakup, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a clear divorce here. But this ending brought a new beginning. And it was because of the lessons they learned here, because of the lessons. Yeah, you see, because exactly what I just said, because of the lessons that F learned here, they learned how to be a better person. And so those thoughts they cross this person's mind. I told you, bittersweet. There were lessons involved here in this connection. This connection needed to happen here when it did, and those lessons needed to be learned in order for them to transcend and unlock the next chapter of their life. Exactly what I was getting here a little while ago. So validation, confirmation there. On what I was saying, I don't know if there's validation, confirmation here in regards to your end, because as you know, I always read all the comments towards the end of the reading. But yeah, that's what is coming through here. Let's see what else F is thinking about in regards to you. Let's see what else is coming through. Ooh, something flipped over, and let's see what it is. Responsibilities. You see, I told you. Romance interrupted, duties come first. What did I say? I said I don't feel that there's a chemistry passion connection, but I do feel that there are feelings here, and that you do have a special place in this person's heart, and that although it was dead, done, and over with, there is kind of a happy ending in regards to this person feeling that they've learned something. It prepared them for either their next connection, or prepared them for the next lesson in their life. And there you go, responsibilities. So there may be children involved in this connection, or there may still be some time, and I'm getting here, there definitely kids are coming through in this connection. Romance is interrupted, duties can't come first. So there may be a connection between F and you still to this day, based on some type of responsibility here. Maybe the families know each other, maybe there's a blended family here, maybe there are children involved. But there's definitely here some type of you being very much in this person's thoughts because of everything that I'm channeling here. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through. What are F's thoughts here? I mean, listen, there is a special place in their heart for you. And I look, there we go. It says passion. There is you see, validation, confirmation. I'll bring it back here. Passion. You see, there is a special, and I said that before I even cut the card, cut the deck. You see, heart to heart conversations. Look at that. Exactly what I'm telling you. Even if there's something, and I said this before with Dance of the Souls, because it came through here. There is this sense of like, I don't know if you guys communicate still, or there's this sense of like there were honest communication here, especially if there are children involved. Because like I said, this person has responsibility. So there's a sense here that obviously if there are children involved here, there's a sense of responsibility and duty to the children, especially if you guys, co-parent, that is there. It's there. And there are moments where, of course, if that is the case, then there needs to still be an open dialogue here in some way, shape, or form. And there you go. And like I said before, and pardon the repetition, but, it's just kind of, again, giving you validation, confirmation, what I felt from the top. It's going back into that direction where, yeah, there's a special place in their heart for you. Where there may be this sense of admiration here for you, and there are things that, maybe due to certain responsibilities that need to take place or have to take place here between the both of you, where, there's an openness here to that. So I'm excited to see what the validation confirmations are by the time I finish this reading here for you. But let's take a look here at what else is coming through. Oh, okay. I don't know what that's about, but these two came out. I literally was shuffling. They flipped over, so I'll acknowledge it. Here we go. I don't feel that there's spying going on here, but the card says that. But I'm just saying, that's not what I'm getting. I do feel though that this particular person here, Monica, F, does check in on you. But again, remember that I said, especially with this responsibility card that came out of the deck and the heart to heart, is that there may be a connection here still to you. There could be children involved, or there could be here something family related or something big here, where there may still be that type of communication. So I don't feel that this person spies on you. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because it says spy here. So I don't want you to get look at that soul connection. I'm going to talk about this because I made a mention of this a little while ago, came through with this card. I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 decks ago. But it's saying the same thing, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But I do feel that this person, oh man, I don't know if you could see it. Let me see. I don't know. Yeah, see, when I do that, you're able to see it. It says check in. So I do feel this person checks in on you or checks in on whatever responsibilities are very much connected still. And they think about that. They think about, especially if there are kids involved. How are the kids? Like there's like I said, this feels to me that there's constant communication. And if it's not constant, there's communication here. You know what I mean? So there's some sense here of checking in on, I co-parent as well, right? So I do need to do that check-in sometimes, with my ex-partner. So there's that sense that I'm getting here of that checking in on each other. And like I said, there is a soul to soul connection here. So that there's a fondness here. Again, it could be very respectful, but there is a connection here. You see? So that is very much coming through here still at the end of this reading. That being said, let me get a little bit more because I love my little tea thing. And I mean, obviously, I'm gonna give you a little bit extra, Monica, because you are one of um my top subscribers here. And you did do 2 readings today, so let's give you a little bit extra here. All right, let's see. Ooh, there you go. So we have dark man, we have camel, and we have egg. That just came through. So we have this person could be a man, okay? They may have either dark features or dark hair, dark eyes. So that's coming through. All right. I don't know. Maybe dark complexion, dark features, dark hair, dark eyes. Persevere and you will overcome problems. So yeah, there's a sense of responsibility this person still has in their mind in connection to you. So I am like, at this point, once I read egg, I'm going to read to see what this is all about, because it keeps coming across like there are kids here. And then there's egg. Again, this could be very much connected to children, fertility. But there's also this sense of wishing and hoping that things work out for you too. I do feel that F thinks you are a person who's very much well rounded and you have either a good head on your shoulders or that your hard work, there's something here that you work hard on, or you give a lot of soul and heart and soul to in regards to something here connected to the both of you, which now I'm going to look because my curiosity is like, all right, let's see what's coming through. It says, thank you for these amazing readings. And how, okay. I'm skipping that, of course, only because I read it before. So thank you, of course, for that beautiful validation confirmation. It says, that's good to hear. I hope for a familial bond with him where we can be in harmony. Yeah, it feels like this person. I mean, listen, you know, maybe this is something that's going to take time, but this is definitely in their thoughts, right? And it says, with him, we can be in harmony. Yeah, I was just going to say that because this is feeling like a person you could really work well with. And in their thoughts, it's coming across like that too. So it says, we are co-parenting a child. Oh, there we go. There you go. Remember that I was talking about the responsibility that popped out in the deck here for you. And you wrote here, he often says, if I'm fine, and how is our kid? And whenever our kid is with me, there you go. I told you, check in. Okay, checking in. Yep, validation confirmation. And how is everything with our kid? Yep, that comes with responsibility. Again, like I said, there's constant communication still here. Yep, validation. Okay, just wanted to check because I'm like, this is coming across so many times that I just have to check those comments and see. But yeah, as per usual, I don't like to toot my own horn, but toot, it's exactly what I was picking up. Let's see in this last deck here. For those of you who would like to take part in this type of reading, feel free to do so. It is a $10 USD, okay, United States dollar, super here today. So if you're interested, feel free to pick one, whether it's that you want to know what someone's thoughts are or someone's feelings are towards you. And let's see what else is coming through. All right. Last but not least. Oh, no, actually, it's this one over here. That's last but not least. But butterfly, a change for the better. I told you. Man, I'm going to have to go like this. I'm going to have to turn the light in a different angle. Oh, you guys can still see it. Okay, I was here thinking you weren't. Okay, here you go. Butterfly, a change for the better. I told you. I was getting that this person has learned, has grown. And if something feels a little off now, I'm not saying there is, but it's going to get better. With time, things are going to continue to evolve here. And this connection feels like someone that you can really work with. So, yeah. Wow. I mean, this was the same thing I just told you after this butterfly was the same information that I was telling you here a little while ago, while I was reading your, while I was reading your comments there, because I hadn't read them. I always tell all of you, I read them at the end. I can't focus on both. It'll interrupt my channeling. That's the reason why I do that. All right. Let's see. Last but not least, Two of Swords. There's sometimes where there's a little bit of confusion in the mind. There's a little bit of, making decisions that may show up sometimes as a little bit confusing for F. They have here Hanged Man, the 10 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. I told you there's still fondness here for you. I said that. It's been coming throughout the whole entire reading here in regards to this person's thoughts. Okay, there are times where this person does take a moment, or maybe they don't answer right away, or maybe they don't give an answer right away. And it's because there are times that this person needs to have a different perspective, needs to clear their head. Okay, I feel that this person may be either easily overwhelmed mentally, or maybe they have other responsibilities in their life where it could at times interfere with certain things here, with you or the children or the kids or however this may be. 10 of Wands, they're trying to let go of any residual bitter feelings or emotions or things that burden them. And I feel that this person may sometimes get caught up in their head. All right. There's that energy here. This person could be a heavy thinker also. But like I said, 2 of Cups, there's definitely here, and I don't know how many times it has come through here in this reading for this person's mind. But again, Dance of Souls, be vulnerable and let your two hearts intertwine. And sometimes this person may be a little resistant in regards to that, but there is a fondness here, and a sense of admiration. Again, they had it again with a heart-to-heart conversation, and again with soul connection. Okay. Again, listen, this person is outgrowing some certain things here. There, at times there's a lot burdening them with, I don't know if this person's, job or what situation may be, but sometimes they feel a little bit like there's a lot going on, and they're trying to change for the better. So that is coming through here, definitely. But wow, what a reading here, Monica. Very, very beautiful. I hope these messages have been insightful. Thank you so much, Monica, for always coming out and taking part in these supers. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, there, I went a little longer than the usual, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully, this has given sometimes some sense of clarity to you. All right. Thank you so much, Monica. And for those of you who are watching, welcome. My name is Lexa Tarot. Yeah, sure. No worries. Yeah, I'll be more than happy to give you another reading for sure. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Lexa Tarot, and I am a second degree Reiki practitioner, as well as an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. For those of you who are interested in learning more about me, my client testimonial, or my credentials, feel free to take a look down below in the description box. I will come back later on. No worries. I just read your so dear Alexa, I have one more, if that's okay. Sure, no worries. It's part of my purpose related to relationships and learning about my okay. Yeah, no worries, for sure. For those of you who by the way, I'm going to close the session now. But I will be back later. So for those of you who are interested in getting readings later, I will be doing, I want to say two more. One will be a free one. So if you're interested in that, come back. Because I'm going to do what your guides want you to know. And it's focusing on the challenge that you may particularly have right now at this moment in time. Those are free readings, so I will be coming back later. So if you don't want to miss that and you want to take part in the free reading, please feel free to jump and subscribe to the channel now. Turn on your notification bells and all notification alerts now, so that when I come on later tonight, you can take part in those readings. And by the way, what a beautiful turnout I had the other day. I came on, let's see, when was it? On the 16th and on the 17th. And wow, what a beautiful turnout. All of you were really taking part. I did about 40 readings, 20 on, and those were all free, of course. And I want to thank those of you who did give supers as well. But yeah, if you want to take part in that, I am definitely coming back later, but you got to be subscribed to the channel. All right. So, turn on your notification bell and all notification alerts, because I will be coming back later on tonight. I got to give AC Poo his dinner in a few, and I also need to have dinner as well. And then, later I'll hop on. All right. Let's jump to Monica's last and final question here for today. And of course, thank you, Monica, so much for always being part of the supers. And, feel free to share my YouTube channel with like-minded souls as well. All right, last but not least, let's jump into this last reading. And as I said, this section of the reading is now closed. And then I will be back later on to do free ones. So turn on your notification bell and all. Ace, get down. Turn on your notification bell and all alerts. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, then you need to be, so that you can take part in the free readings that we'll be doing later on today. All right. That being said, what does R think about me? The one I broke up with last year. Very brief relationship. All right. So let's see. What do they think about you? And sometimes, like, it's not just like thinks about you, but also thinks about the entire connection. But we'll see what comes through. Okay. So let's see. Monica, as I always remind each and every one of you, these messages are for entertainment purposes only. Ace, get down from there, honey. Give me 1 second, Monica. Ace, come here, honey. We're not starting this now. I'm going to give you a treat here, but you got to stay close. All right? Here you go. Want a treat? Treat. Treat. Want a treat? Here you go. I just got this for him so that when I am doing the readings, I could just give it to him. But he was pretty calm up to now, which I had a feeling. Hey, Ed, how are you, my love? Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. But that's why I closed the reading, because like his dinner, Ace's dinner time is coming up. And chances are he's going to be more active Hello, Ed. Welcome. All right, Monica, let's take a look here. What does Ed think about you at this moment in time? Okay, let's take a look here at what's coming through. What's coming through here in regards to R? What does R think about you right now at this moment in time? All right, let's see. What does R think about you at this moment in time? And we have Faith's Haven. Believe in the safety of your return as every journey leads back to comfort. And in a fog, fear, obligation, guilt makes you stay, get clarity. Okay. So, in regards to R, their thoughts about you, there was something here in this connection, whether it was a brief or long or however this may have been. There was something about the connection feeling like there was a point of comfort, that there was a bit of feeling like this is a place for refuge. Okay. By the way, that wishbone I gave Ace did the trick because he took it back to his little den. So that's great. There's definitely here this energy that I'm getting where there was a level of comfort here in some way, shape, or form. Whether that was in talking about something, or maybe they felt this person, their mind was like, I feel comfortable with Monica. I don't know if they were able, or if he was able to share the lack of clarity that R may have had in their mind. So I don't know if there was this sense of like, yes, I do feel like this is safe. And these are the things that are going on in my mind. But there's definitely here a sense of safety. So there may have been here the sense of either telling you that there was a sense of feeling comfortable here within this connection. And maybe there was a sense of getting some type of clarity within the connection or the friendship here between the both of you. But there was something about feeling safe within themselves in this connection with you. There was definitely something here that was very foggy, that was unclear to them. Now, this may be that they felt that you were unclear or they were unclear. So there's a sense of lack of clarity of something here. Someone here thinks, whether it's that they're thinking or you're thinking, that there was a little bit of being afraid to share something vulnerable, that they may have stayed, whether it was you or them, may have stayed in this connection a little bit longer than was needed, because it was a little bit here of this feeling of like, I don't want to hurt this other person, or there's a sense of obligation or feeling guilty, or maybe there was a little bit of a fear of abandonment or a fear of intimacy here, but I'm getting more fear of abandonment than anything else. So there was a sense here that maybe this connection would have ended a lot quicker, but there was kind of like this kind of like, I feel comfortable, or there's a sense of, there's a comforting feeling here. And I feel that that is what R was thinking or has been thinking about this connection with you. In a fog is telling me here that there was definitely the sense of something needing clarity. Okay. And even to this day, right now at this moment in time, there could be this kind of like Yeah, there was more clarity that was needed in something, or maybe more time in order to clear something that was up in the air. But I am getting here with fog, and I said this a little while ago. I'm getting here fear of abandonment. And that may have been something of someone's, whether it was yours or whether it was ours. But that is on ours mind. So whether it's that there was someone here trying to hold on or resist to something due to a fear of abandonment here. And so that's what's coming through here. And like sometimes there's this sense where, and I'm not saying R was in a rebound or that you were in a rebound, but you know how sometimes when a person goes from one connection to another connection, or whether they've been alone for quite some time and they go into another connection, there's this feeling of like, I really don't want to let go of the connection because I really want to give it an honest shot, or I really want to hold on to this because I either I'm not coping with what I need to cope, and so I need to jump from one person like the serial dater, or I've been without someone for quite some time, and so I really want to hang on to this opportunity and I don't want to let it go. So there's a little bit of that kind of lack of scarcity mindset there. But that's what's coming through here in regards to R. Let's see what else is coming through here in regards to this connection. In regards actually to R's thinking about you. There may have been those dynamics coming through here in this connection with R, but let's see what else. What are R's thoughts about Monica? What are R's thoughts about Monica? Unfinished business, loose ends, feel restless. Okay, number one, there's something here that was not clear. Telling you it like it is, something here was not clear, which makes sense because I said there's something that is a bit foggy, something that needed still some clarity. This person may be confused about something here. You're confused about something. Okay? They're confused about something, or they think in their mind you may have been confusing something, or you were confused about something. But there's something here about a confusion. There's something here about a lack of clarity or wanting to get clarity on something. Maybe there was a conversation that was left up in the air. Maybe there was more to be said and wasn't. But it's coming across here as unfinished business. So there are potentially here some loose ends that may have in the back of their mind in regards to their connection with you. Okay. It says, yes, right for the picking, perfect timing, get ready. Maybe there was something here about not having the right time, or not having the right words, or not the right conditions in order to be honest about something. There could have been something here about someone feeling like, I don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings because they're a good person. However, I am noticing this about a behavior or a pattern, and that may have caused some type of underlying friction. And I feel that that's how this is coming across in regards to R. It's coming across as that type of energy. Again, there may be something here where it just wasn't the right moment. Maybe there was this sense of like a preemptive strike. What do I mean by that in regards to this connection? I mean, maybe someone jumped the gun here. Maybe there was something that needed to be said and that wasn't, and it needed more time, but there's something here energetically that is coming across as like something here is unfinished. Something needed to be cleared that maybe wasn't all the way. in this person's mind. It's not about what you may be thinking, Monica. It's about their thoughts. So in coming from their perspective, there's something here that wasn't quite ripe, or the right conditions may not have been there for something. Whether this could also be maybe not the right conditions to move into something more mature, more in depth here. Okay. That could also be the case. Again, like I always say, I don't know the context here. I just share what's coming through. And then, of course, later on, you could give me validation confirmation, but that's how this is coming across right now. All right, let's see what else is coming across. Yeah, there's talking here, communication. I mean, they still, remember, this is this person's thought. So there could be still a lot on this person's mind in regards to some type of unfinished conversation, or something that needs more explanation, more details, or a safer environment in order to really say something. Because I'm getting here that there's something about not wanting to hurt someone's feelings, and so that's how this is coming across. Love call, you see? There may be some unfinished, unresolved situations here. The Phoenix. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Now, granted, this is, a connection that may have ended already, but I wouldn't be surprised if later down the road, because remember, this is just the person's thoughts. If later down the road, there's some type of communication here that may happen from this person's end, because there's something here, either they want to talk to you and they're thinking about it. I'm not saying they're going to act upon it, but it's living in their head. Okay? Or there's a conversation that was had that still replays in this person's mind. Okay? So this person does think of you, though. I want to make that clear, because it's there. It says thinking of you. All right? They are thinking about you. And I think, like I said, I don't know this person's going to act on it, but they do think about texting or communicating. Or they're thinking about a conversation here that was had that was very much connected to the sense of unfinished business here. Even if it may from the outside seem as if it was dead, done, and over with, there's something left open here in this person's mind. So I wouldn't be surprised if, when the time is right, or when there's the maturity, or when there's the perfect conditions are in place, maybe in this person's life, or maybe, in their mind, that maybe a deep-hearted conversation may take place. I wouldn't be surprised if this person has, in the past or recent past, tried to get a hold of you in some way. And again, if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't be surprised if later on this person may actually be thinking of, contacting you. Again, it is there in their thoughts, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, right now they understand that there is a separation. They understand there's a breakup, separation, or divorce here. Okay, so they're aware of that, but it doesn't stop them from at times thinking about this connection. So it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't set that apart. They do feel sorry, not feel, this is thinking. They do think that you are a great person. You do have here some beautiful, qualities about you. They do think that you are a type of person who's very clear focused. I'm getting here Sagittarius energy. I don't know what that may be about. There may be something here about Sagittarius season. They do find you as a person in their thoughts. They think you are a person who's intentional. You're a person who has a good head on your shoulders. Okay. So, you know, and I don't know, again, I don't know anything about this connection, although, I do channel, the messages. This may be a message that came through before. I don't know. But they do feel that you are a person who's intentional. They do feel, they do think about conversations that were had here. They do think about contacting you. They are aware in their mind that, yes, okay, listen, we're separated. There's a breakup, separation, or divorce here. We are apart physically. And you know what? Interesting, because I'm getting here with the bananas. They may have, okay. That didn't even cross my mind till now. Okay. So I mean, listen, R thinks that there's a level of maturity here about you. I don't know if there was an age difference here or a difference of maturity. But right for the picking is giving me maturity here. You know? Let's see what else is coming through in regards to R's thoughts. Oh, wow. So wait, hold on a second. Let's see here. Monica, you wrote, I actually stayed longer than I should have. Aha, validation confirmation. Like I said here. Where is it? There you go. In the fog. Validation confirmation that was coming through here. Yep. It says guilty makes you stay. Yep. Then I should have at the time, and I was vulnerable and really wanted a relationship that worked. So I ignored the red flags and stayed too long. Yep, that's exactly. Yeah. Let's see what else you just wrote here. There were some things that weren't fully resolved, but to me they were. There you go. Validation confirmation. Like I said before, there's something here that's unfinished. Yeah. And you know what? Like I said, and this is again giving validation confirmation on what I just channeled. And again, I just read that. So this was like way after everything that I channeled. But there could be a level of maturity that person is not on right now at this moment in time, which is interesting because I said that that's what's coming through. And it's like I said, and I said this before, but I'll say it again. There's a level of intentional focus that you have, and that may be very much connected to your ability to be more mature or want something more, and they see you as that. They see you as someone who is very focused, very driven, a person who's intentional. And that comes through on their mind. That's how they see you. They are aware that there was and there is a breakup separation here. But again, there's something about you being very intentional here and being very focused here. That comes through, and I like I said, and I'm calling it now. And listen, I don't know what this person's actions may be, but I can pick up energetically that this person's frame of mind has a lot to do with once they are in a more either mature stage or in a place where they are more ready or ripe, as it says, more mature or ready, that whatever may have stood up in the air in this person's mind, in their perception. Again, this is not about your perception, it's about their perception, that they may reach out to you. Okay, it's been my experience in my own personal love life where people have years later have come up and somehow appeared in an email, they've appeared in a text, they've appeared, in some way, shape, or form. And I feel that this person's thoughts is very much connected to that. Let's see what else is coming through here in regards to R. And even if this was a very brief connection or a brief partnership here, and I feel that it was brief, and I'll tell you why do I feel that it was brief. I feel that there's, like I said, there's something that needed more development here. And I said that at the top of the reading before you even text what you text here a little while ago, where I feel that there's something here about needing more time, that there was a sense of preemptive something going on here. There, and I said that it was like too soon, like something about jumping the gun here. And this person may not be ready right now. This person may not have been ready when you were ready. And it's not that they think that there's something wrong with what you were thinking, because on the contrary, they do feel that you are very much focused. You have a good head on your shoulders. Okay. So they feel your intentionality here when it comes to the connection that they had with you. It's maybe they weren't ready. They, and I said, unfinished business came up in the, I don't know if you could see that, but it's on the river. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but it says unfinished business. So to me, it's coming across as something wasn't neatly wrapped up. You see what I'm saying? Something wasn't at the right time to pick, or the right time to do, or to move, or to fill in the blank. All right, let's take a look at this. And then, yeah, there may be a history here. This person may have a history of this type of instability or type of lack of maturity when it comes to connections. So you wrote, to me, it was more of how he handled things. Yeah. And how he may have handled things may have been very much connected to a level of maturity or a level of experience that needed to be had that maybe he did not have. And maturity and experience has nothing to do with age. It has to do with a person's ability to learn from certain lessons and take those lessons learned and be able to apply them in their life. And this person may have a history of whatever this was here. Ooh, look at that. Flowers, happiness. This person is coming across as a person who's very quiet. They may be an introvert here. And they know in their mind, they're aware that they're keeping quiet, that there isn't communication right now with you. And it's because they are aware of how they may have handled something or their lack of experience of applying something here. There may be here a sense of guilt of not being able to provide or enhance the type of happiness that you were looking for in a connection. So that may be here on their mind. Let's see what else is coming through. As always, I'm giving you here a little extra because of the multiple. There we go. They have here dog and lightning. Dog is about friendship. Dog is about companionship. And, there may have been a lot of compassion from your end. And they feel that you are a compassionate person, a person who definitely deserves a happiness that perhaps they weren't able to enhance in your life due to something not being ready on their in their on their end, something that hasn't been fully tied up. They need to tie up loose ends here in regards to their life. And this may have been very well in their mind a case of the right person, but not the right time. And it's not so much about the right person. Maybe it wasn't the right conditions, but it was definitely someone where had they had their ducks in a row, or had they had learned from their own experiences here in the past or recent past, there would have been a whole different energy here. They also have here lightning. It says control your anger or you'll be sorry. And maybe this person may have been the type of person who blurted something out that wasn't should have been said. Maybe there were anger issues. Maybe there was a anger management situation here. Um, Maybe they're hot tempered, but they have a history of something, or maybe they have a history here of a bad habit, and I mentioned that at the top of the reading. And I feel that they are aware, like, what's the initial? R is aware that you were in this connection more than what you needed to, but based on maybe some of your own self-sabotaging thoughts or limited beliefs. You know what I mean? So there's an awareness here of, yeah, Monica put up with my BS maybe longer than what Monica needed to. And whatever that history of whatever that was, you have not been the first person where that may have been the case here. Okay? So that's coming through. That being said, let's wrap up this reading here, Monica. Thank you so much, Monica, for your love, your loyalty, and your support. Thank you so much for coming out today and taking part in this super. For those of you who are interested in getting a reading later, I will be doing free readings for the channel. And of course, you are more than welcome to donate whatever you'd like during that particular messages that I'll be channeling later on. If you want to take part in that, make sure that you are, number one, subscribed to the channel. Number two, make sure you have your notification bell and all notification alerts turned on, because those free readings get filled up very quickly. Okay. I've had the beautiful experience to give 40 readings already in the past 2 days, to on August 16th and August 17th, in regards to what your guides want you to know. So if you want to take part in that, feel free to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell and all notification alerts. Last but not least, and again, what are they thinking about you, or what are their thoughts or their perceptions here? I feel this page is about them, though, even though this is about their thoughts about you. And I feel that there's some elements about you, like I said, good head on your shoulders. You may know what you want. You may be very focused. You may be intentional. Maybe there were things here that you were very sure that you wanted in the connection. There may have been this sense of, things connected to you. And I feel energetically that this Page of Pentacles is more about R than it is it R? Yeah, more about R than it is about you. And that is, in their thoughts, they are aware that they were showing up. Remember, I said this before in regards to the bananas. They weren't quite ready for something. They weren't quite right. The ducks weren't set up in a manner where this person may have felt comfortable in proceeding or going deeper in a connection. They may have had some issues, anger management, maybe some self-sabotaging thoughts, things they needed to work on. Remember that I talked about that preemptive type of energy. Something feels like it was too early here in something. But I do get that this their energy. They, in their mind, they know that they showed up as a page. In their mind, they know that they didn't show up as the king, as a queen, as a higher royalty card. They showed up as a page. And that's because energetically it's coming across that they were just at the beginning of starting something that they wanted to ground, or starting something that they wanted to become more real, or maybe job related, maybe this was financial, maybe they weren't where they needed to be in their own mind. Okay, maybe financially, maybe emotionally, maybe mentally. Pentacles energy is a soul moving energy, and like I said before, this could very well be that they just weren't ready for something at that moment in time. And that is what they think about. They're like, wow, I showed up as a page. I showed up as a page. But meanwhile, Monica is showing up as a person who is ready, who's knows where she's going and knows where she wants to move towards. And that is why they consider you, why R considers you a good person, a good companion, a good friend, a person who they understand that you were wanting to enhance certain happiness in your life, but maybe, and I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but it's true, it's coming out again, that they really weren't ready to give or to show what they needed to give or show because they weren't there yet. And I said, listen, I'm not surprised here that R has had a history of doing this or showing up as a page in various connections. They need to sort something out for themselves. And this is an awareness of them thinking about you, that again, you're well-rounded, intentional, a good friend. You really did, you are really focused on your own happiness. And there were things here that were communicated on your end. There is a sense of companionship that maybe you stood here longer than what you needed to, but this person has and had you not pushed for something, you probably would have still been stuck there. Okay, because there's this energy here where someone is feeling comfortable. So there probably was a level of comfort here that you possessed within this connection or friendship, that had you not pushed or prodded or been like, hey, what's going on? You know, like, hey, don't waste my time. You probably would have still been there. You know what I mean? So there is a recognition here on an account to this person that they may have shown up here very much so as a page instead of someone who was ready for more. That being said, Monica, thank you so much for your love, loyalty, and your support to the channel. I want to thank all of you who have stopped by, giving me a thumbs up. And if you are interested in getting a free reading, which is not this one, but is definitely one that's coming on later on tonight, focusing on what your guides want you to know, feel free to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell and all notification alerts, because guess what? I'm going to hop on later after I have dinner and do all the things I need to do on my end. I'm going to hop up later and give you guys a free reading. So I'll see you guys then. Other than that, let's double check here what Monica shared. And you have here, that could be that they think it was about their instability. There you go, that we broke up. There you go. Exactly. I always said that. Listen, I said that. There's an awareness. Yep. So he may think it would have worked out getting his ducks to, they needed more time. To me, it was more about how he handled things rather than him having issues. Well, this is the thing. Your perception is one thing, their perception is another. See, and so even though to you it was more about how certain things were handled, in their end is about their readiness in something here. So there you go. You wrote, I'm glad to hear they actually realize that. They do. There's an awareness. This also helped validate what I noticed in the relationship. Okay, great. I'm happy to see that there was a validation confirmation here for you. And remember, I mean, just because people don't share every single ounce of what they have in their mind when they are in a connection doesn't mean that they're not thinking this. You know what I mean? That they're not having their own thoughts and their own perception. And sometimes it's very different than the ones we have. And so, thank you so much for sharing and giving some validation here. It says, thank you for Monica wrote, thank you for your reading, dear Alexa. They help me understand better my past relationships. Your readings are so in depth and so spot on. Oh, you're very welcome here, Monica. Thank you so much for reaching out and, of course, for taking part. For those of you who came a little later, I hope to see you in the free readings that I will give later on tonight. Until then, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.